Good morning, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and we are running a little bit late. So I will shortly be walking Scott out to the car, but I wanted to get live so that you guys knew I was coming. So here I am, and I've got Gretchen with me, which is my dress form, and we're going to go over my finished makes that I made last week. Some were from the Works in Progress tub that I have over to the side, and then two were other projects. So I got 4 of the 6 done. I'm working on the red nightgown, and I'll save that for next week's finishes. So let's start. I'm going to do these in the order that they would need to go on Gretchen if she was wearing them. So the first thing, hi Angie. The first thing I'm going to stick on Gretchen is the vest. These are not in the order of completion. So let me get the vest off the hanger here. I got the buttonhole nice and firm. They won't, some of the chalk didn't wash out, but that's all right. It's all right. And Gretchen is my size. So this is a medium. So it's not going to fit Gretchen perfectly because I'm an extra large. But she was cut out long ago. So I don't think this is going to button. See, it's not going to button on Gretchen, but it does button. And I had created the pieced panels. Gretchen, step forward, honey. Nope, step back, son. There you go. So it does close up, and it is a medium, so it's like a size 10, 12, and I believe it's found a home, and I will be sending that off. And then I finished the little project bag, little crossbody bag. I'll stick it on Gretchen, but it does work on me. And it's got room enough in it for my phone, a small wallet-like thing that would hold driver's license and a credit card or debit card, and my keys. So it's just a little bag. It would be perfect for a day of shopping. And I believe this was a free pattern. If I can see if it's still on the internet, because again, this is a project I printed off and cut out so many years ago. So we'll stick that on Gretchen, like so. And then also from the project, the Works in Progress bin, I finished the little like sailor suit, little short set. So there's the little shorts, and here's the top. And guess what? The OxyClean, I soaked the top in OxyClean for a day and a half, and it all came out, all of the red from the pajamas. It all came out. So I ran it through the wash again, and it's perfect. Now, this little short set is a size 5. So if anybody knows anybody that wears a size 5, this is available. And you just have to contact me. I'm just going to hang that on Gretchen's underdress here, like so. And then, let's see. The last thing that was actually a work in progress was the little bunny. And I finished this during Thursday or Friday's craft and chat. And it was quite the birthing. The opening to get everything out through was like this big. So it took some work, but I got her turned right side out. She is a blue bunny, and we're trying to figure out a name. Scott has mentioned Gladys, or I can't remember some of the other names that he had stuck on her, but I did embroider a cute little nose I am too. I am thrilled, Vicki, that that red came out. So yeah, so the bunny turned out really cute. And I'm just going to sit her next to me here. And then we had created, I think it was last Monday, we had created the lining pattern and for the little crochet bag. And I have finished that. And I want to thank Janice. She let me know that I had messed up on one of the measurements and I had not cut out my fabric or anything yet. So I had to redraw the pattern or I would not have had a seam allowance. But I fixed it and I finished it. So now I have a little strawberry bag that I can tote that's easy to carry and everything. It's got an inside pocket and I put straps on it that can actually go through the washing machine. So that's another little finish. And I decided not to put the zipper on the top. The cats have been rubbing on it, so there's white cat hair everywhere. But the little bunny actually fits in the bag. And the bunny will probably just get added to my menagerie that is now growing in front of me. I'll spin you guys around later. But that was those. And then Deb Farrell's been talking about those like hanging pod storage things. And she's developing her own pattern. But I had found a pattern online and I made up a little one. And I have actually enlarged the pattern to make a really big one. And I'm thinking of making 3 big ones that some of my smaller menagerie, like the pig and the Zoya doll and the little cat over there, could all kind of sit in there. Benji Bear's on one shelf and Jeff Rabbit's on this other shelf. But I was thinking if I had a little bar that runs between the 2 units I have over on that side of the wall now, I could put those bigger bins and then put my little handmade play pretties in it. But anyway, here's a small one, and it's perfect for my rotary cutters. And again, if this pattern is still available, which this one is because I recently found it, I'll put a link to it below after I sign off. Super easy to make, and they do stand up on their own, but you can hang them off a pegboard as well. And oh, Vicki says we should name her Beverly Bunny. And then Angie says she looks like a Grace. I like Beverly Bunny. Her name might be Beverly. So yeah. And Scott, he keeps saying that rabbit looks store-bought. But anyway, all right. So I think the knitting bug has bit me because we were in Ollie's yesterday. They had sent me, okay, let me back up. We had gone to Ollie's thinking we could get windshield wiper fluid there, and they didn't have any. So, of course, I bought a bunch of other things because I had a postcard to get 10% off my total. But I got some really cool knitting books, and they were only between $2.99 and $4.99 and get 10% off. So I got knitting from the center out. So these are all work from the center of the project out. So there's hats, a really creepy looking stuffed bear right there. That bear is just too bloomin' creepy. A blanket, a sweater, some starfish, socks from the center out. And then there's a little shrug. Oh, and I love this hat right here. It looks like a little gnome hat. So there's plenty of projects in there for $3.99. And then this one's hooked on knitting. And this one, I think, yeah, this is the one. This one has all the basic information in the very front of it. It tells you things that you need, and then it just says deciphering knitting patterns. So this one will probably be the first one that I read through. The pictures are pretty good. And then this one is for if I ever tackle knitting totally and understand how to read charts, this is all geometric knitting patterns, the whole book. It's nothing but charted patterns like this. So, I'm not sure if there's actual projects. Yes, there is. There's a pin tucked sock in the back, which I thought looked interesting. But the majority of the book is like historical patterns. So you got a section that's all over repeats. There's a monster toy in here. Asian themed hearts, starburst, multi-sided, diamonds, squares, Celtic, borders, birds, and they're all like charts. So, good morning, Nettie. I grabbed this one. It was only $3.99. And then the last one I got was because it said top down. And this was $4.99. It's another hardcover book. More modern top-down knitting, 24 garments based on Barbara G. Walker's 12 top-down templates. And I just was attracted to the skirt because of the design on it. But, you know, it's quite interesting. It's got some pretty patterns. This I would never make because it gives you dino arms. But the design down the front is very pretty. I do like this cardigan. I like that a lot. That could be a pattern that I'd like. It's called the David cardigan. It looks really pretty. So anyway, those were the books I found at Ollie's. So if you have an Ollie's close by and any of these looked interesting, you might want to check them. I will say with Ollie's, every Ollie's is different and you never know what you'll find. And if you see it, you better get it because they don't last. So also at Ollie's, I picked up this 12-pack of highly pigmented soft oil pastels by Sargent Art. And they were only $1.99. So I want to swatch these out. And I got a pack of zinnia seed. And I think that rang up for like 71 cents. But they had all kinds of seed. I just love zinnias. And then a small pack of Q-tips to use with the oil pastels. So those are to go together. And then the last thing I want to show is that's a project is I got some of the Red Heart Bitsy Super Saver Bitsy Stripe. It finally came in from Joann's. And I had found this banked Kohl's poncho. It says I'm supposed to use a bulky yarn. So this will probably work out way too small. But that's okay. I'm just practicing knitting. And it is knitted. I've already had to rip it out twice. So this is it so far. This is the, what do they call that? Ribbing section. And I got to work it until it's 18 inches long. And I think the Bitsy Stripes is going to work up really pretty. And these are, I think my needles are longer than they said, but they're working just fine. Because I think they said a 24, size 10, 24-inch circular or size needed to obtain the gauge. And I did not do a gauge. 12 stitches is supposed to be 4 inches. Yeah, mine's not 4 inches. So this is going to work out really small. That's okay. It's a good practice project, I think. And this was a free pattern. Copyright Universal Yarn. I don't remember what the site was. Again, if I can remember to find it, I'll look for the Bank Kohl's poncho and share it in my description box. So, whoa. Ribbing is better than cabling. Hi! I thought those were pretty colors. And that Red Heart Bitsy Stripes is very hard to get because it's very popular now. And there's always a delay no matter where you're ordering it from. All of the websites say orders may be delayed because of production, blah, blah, blah. So Red Heart, you've made a good product. Please get it out so that we can use it. And Howard's cutting up something fierce just off camera. So I'm going to, these are the numbers that we got put together, and it actually came up with 8 numbers to go on the wheel this time. I am going to go ahead and spin for the first time off the new numbers because I'm waiting on the pattern so I can finish the 2 little girls' dresses. And yeah, so let me open the random spinner thing. Hi, Lala. And I found my dowels. So I could, I'm going to paint this. I don't know what color I'll paint it. Probably maybe green. And then I'm going to hang those stranded beads that we did the other day. But I got to paint this first, and the paints are in the back. But I wanted to let you know I did find my wooden dowels. We woke up so late. Scott's just going with late as his mode of operandi. Random number spinner. And that's the one I've been using. And let's go down here. And let's go back here. So it'll be between 8 and 21. But then we've got to go in here and remove the numbers we're not using. So we're not using 9. We're not using 11. We're not using 14 or 15. And let's see. We're not using 17. 9. We're using 18 and 19, and we're not using 20. Uh-oh. I got too many commas in there. 20. So now we have just the numbers on the wheel. That should be what I have here. 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18, 19, and 21. So let's come down here. All right, well, I guess we're going to spin it. If I can get rid of all the commercials. All right, can you see it? So we'll hit spin. Number 18, remove choice. All right, so the next time I open it, it'll be there. So 18 is some of the pajamas. And some folks wanted to know what is 12 and 13 because those were added after. So we're going to do number 18, which is this one, which is good because it's the one with the pattern. So it's these little boys' PJs. So they have helicopters and wolves on those. There's 2 sets. So there's 2 tops, 2 pants. So 12, somebody wanted me to do 12, and it's kind of a over the shoulder bag, and it's with skulls. I think I was making this for one of Greg's girlfriends. So anyway, I'll get that made up eventually. And then the other thing, this is like an easy finish, was a pair of sleep shorts for Greg with skulls on it. So, and you can see they're nearly finished. They just need to be hemmed. And I think I had increased the waistline, and I think I need to decrease it. Yeah, they need the elastic in the waistband. I even got a piece of ribbon pinned on there to note the back. So this is the front. And they're just skulls. So yeah, this has to come down because I elongated it way too much. So I'll get Greg to try those on again when he's not rushed to get to work. So that's what's in 13. So that'll be interesting. So I'll show you the little boy jammies. And when I finish these, I can move the pattern to number 19 because I use the same pattern. So these will go back in the selection process. Now, there may be a pause in completing this list because I've got to step back. I've got to finish the red nightgown, which I'm hoping to do that today. And then I've got the dresses that as soon as that pattern comes in, I'll finish those. So I was going to show you these jammies. Oh, a pair of gloves. And Safia says she might need Vicky's help because she's doing a pair of gloves. Oh my goodness, Tippy, please stop tearing the boxes up. So it looks like all of the pattern is here, thankfully. Yeah, 4 pages. They count them front and back. So it's Simplicity 3987. And let's see, these were copyrighted. Who knows? (2006). So this pattern is over 20 years old. So here's the front or back of one. And this is the one that's got the wolves on it. And then the other one, you can see there's a top and the bottoms there. And there's the little pocket. And this was a size 3. So these pajamas are size 3. And so this one, look, the little pants need to just have elastic and be hemmed on this pair with the helicopters. And then the jacket looks like it just needs hemming work and buttons and buttonholes on this one. And then so all I'll have to do is sew the other set together. So I'm getting these old works in progress done, and I don't have any little ones to give them to. So I'll be offering them up, for a little bit of money to help me buy more fabric. If anybody's interested. Scott's laughing. He says, you don't need any fabric. But anyway, that was my idea. Somebody could benefit and have PJs and stuff. You heading out?
No, getting washed up.
Oh, Greg's getting up. So,
I think I saw some drivers in back.
shh. They're saying morning, Scott.
More.
He said he thought he noticed some fabric in the back. We don't talk about the back room, right? So that'll be my first project after the nightgown is finished. So I might start on this today. I'll show you the nightgown so far. Ice cream for breakfast, eh?
It's good.
You got a wave out of him. All right, so I've done this. I added the trim on the sleeves. So this is the right sleeve. So this will go on. And you see how big these are? You're supposed to put elastic in them. I hate elastic around my arms. I can't stand it. So I'm just going to do a loose fitting band, and I'm going to gather this up to go in it. So this will be gathered in a little poofy and attached to a band. So there's that one sleeve and there's the other sleeve. So that was all hand stitched on. And then the outer yoke, which will go around like this. Very Christmassy. So that's that, like that, and it goes all the way around. And I kid you not, just enough lace. This was all I had left of that piece of lace right there. One little shell and then a tiny little bit right there. That's all I had left of this lace. This is the lining yoke, and then this is the gown part of it. And so to be able to make the little bands, I'm going to cut some length off the bottom of the gown. I've already sewed the seams on because there's a lot of fabric here. It'd be super warm. And you got to remember, this has stepped on Tippy, didn't you? This is like really long. So I'm going to cut it off the bottom, probably about 5 inches off this bottom. And that'll give me the fabric I need to do the arm bands. So that'll be the first thing I do today is chop 5 inches off the bottom of this nightgown and finish the bottom of the sleeve, because that'll be easier to do now than to attach the sleeves and then have to try to maneuver all of this fabric. So that's that. So it's looking like my week is pretty full already. And again, if you guys know anybody that's got a little girl that'll wear a size 5 during the summer, let me know. The vest already has a home, and I need to cross off 18 off my little paper here. Heading out, love. Love you. Have a good day. You want me to walk you? You want me to walk you out, or you got it? You got it, because Greg's already up and in the shower. So, all right. I'll go out and deal with the outdoor kitties in a little bit. You got your lunch and your tools and your phone and your belt and your wallet?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
He says bye. Oh, I got this at Goodwill. $6.50 dress. It might have been on senior day, so I got 25%. I signed your petition. I just don't want to receive a million texts from you. So there's that. Sorry, phone's distracting me. Set it aside. So Scott's left for the day, and I think I've shared everything I wanted to share this morning. I want to get sewing, so I'm probably going to let you guys go. I have to clear everything off the table to be able to get that 90 up here because this is where my cutting mat is. So I need to kind of move everything back. That's why I'm not doing it live. I'm just going to use my quilting ruler and my rotary cutter, and I'm just going to cut 5 inches from the bottom edge up all the way around just to harvest some fabric. I'll have way more than I need because that 90 is like massive wide. Let me show you that pattern because I know the sewists out there, they like to know the patterns. This is McCall's 50.99. And I was doing view C, but I'm not putting the elastic there. I'm doing armbands, and I did the trim totally different than they have on here. For one, I had bought a special trim for this, and I decided I didn't want to use it, and I'd already donated it. It had also gotten stained from the red flannel. I will wash this nightgown by itself with a color grabber when I'm finished. I'm noticing when I run it through the serger to serge the edges, it does create, the flannel creates a lot of powdery debris. And I don't want to get anything else near it while I'm working on it because of what I went through with the little girl sailor suit. Thankfully, all of that came out, and thanks to whoever said soak it in OxyClean, because that did work. So, and I don't know the I think we looked for a copyright on this pattern, and it didn't seem to have one. I'm sure it was probably late 80s, sometime in the 90s, maybe. Because I think I cut this out when we lived at our other house, and that was before 1996. So this is an old pattern. I'm sure McCall still has something similar, and this should fit me because it's in my size. So anyhow, that's all I have. Any questions? Kathy D, good morning. You'll have to go back and watch and see the finishes that I did. Oh, I told you guys I was going to flip you around. I brought out another table. I brought that out. That's my, let me put you down. That's my die cutting stuff. It's got my embossing folders, the dies. It's also got card making stuff on it. So it's got some cards that I've made that are ready to go. And it's also got pre-made cards that I can use. And then you can see I've got Benji Bear. He still needs his name badge. I got to look that cat up again because I forgot his name. And then there's Paisley Pig and Jeff Rabbit and Zoya the doll. And I've got buttons in jars and stuff along the top of that. And Buddha's hanging out over there to remind me to keep peaceful. And then down there's my thrifted big baby doll and the teddy bear. I think those both came from the thrift store because I thought they were adorable. And the tiny little doll was mine in the 60s. So she's traveled everywhere I've gone. And there's a pretty girl right there. And I have put up art. My friend art is back up on the walls. And I tried to put things together, in color themes. So the green stuff is together, the stuff containing red, and that kind of thing. So, and of course, my sewing table is over there now. That's the sewing corner. And then the other corner is just where Gretchen hangs out with the supplies on the shelf. So my room is coming together. I've brought another office chair in so that when the sun is shining through the window, one of the cats can lay right in the sunshine. So I need to get going, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to go see if I can find the links for the bags and maybe everything I've got here on the table. The bunny, I will not be able to share that pattern because it was inside a Woman's Day magazine one year, many years ago. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.